In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Powertec leg press. We're going to put it together. We're going to put it through its paces over the course of the next couple of weeks, and then we will give a final review. The leg press shipped freight. It arrived in exactly 1 week, and it came in these two boxes. They appear to both be in perfect condition. So let's take a look inside. You shall not pass. 20 minutes later, we've got everything unboxed. Now it's time to actually put this thing together. We'll see if this is something that can be done with one person. I do have my wife on standby over here in case it does require a second set of hands. Got the leg press put together, including the time that it took to unbox it and organize the trash a little bit and put it together. It took about 2 hours, almost on the dot, and it actually would have been a whole lot faster than that, but the instructions are some of the worst instructions I've ever seen in my entire life. It's not that the instructions were unclear, it was that the instructions were straight up incorrect in a couple of places. And this back cross member right here, this horizontal crossbar right here, we put this on and had to take it off 3 different times because there were steps that were out of order in the instructions. There was one step on page 1 that was then also said again on page 2, and I looked at the book for a good 2 minutes, 3 minutes, scratching my head, trying to figure out what I was supposed to be doing, and then I realized that it was just duplicated from the first page for some reason. So my advice to you would be to only look at the instruction manual to be able to see the numbers for the pieces, and then just watch the YouTube video that Powertec has for how to put this thing together. It will save you a lot of headache. I promise, trust me. We're gonna put this thing through its paces over the course of the next couple weeks, and then I'll be back with the second half of this video. But before we end the video, hi, my name is Ryan Treadaway, founder of TreadawayTraining.com, where we turn skinny guys into jacked men. If you're interested in working with us to achieve your body transformation goals, click the link down in the description. I've been using the Powertec leg press twice a week for about 6 weeks now, and I have some pretty strong opinions, so let's get into the final review. The Powertec leg press has a 1,000 pound weight capacity. You can bolt this machine down, but in my opinion, there's really no point because the machine itself weighs 258 pounds, plus the weight that you load onto it, plus the weight of you sitting on it. It's not going anywhere. The overall dimensions of the Powertec leg press are 54 inches tall, 36.6 inches wide, and between 74 inches and 81 inches long, depending on the adjustment of the back pad. The back pad is 32 inches long and 13.3 inches wide on the bottom half, tapering down to 10 inches wide on the top half. The machine is very comfortable to use, which is very important to me considering my history of lumbar issues. So far, I've gone as heavy as 630 pounds plus the 60-pound sled itself for a total of 690 pounds for 3 sets of 10 and didn't notice any back discomfort at any of the back pad angle. The seat pad is 13 inches long and 13.75 inches wide. The foot platform is 22 inches tall and 29 inches wide, which is pretty large and allows for a few different stance options. The foot platform is much bigger than most budget leg press options. The foot platform is an area where many companies who offer a budget leg press will cut corners in order to hit a lower price point. The foot platform also has a handle on the top, which is unnecessary since you could just grab the platform itself when getting in and out of the machine, but it is a nice touch that I wouldn't expect to see at this price point. And speaking of areas where most budget leg presses have corners cut, a huge concern with budget leg presses is the usable length of the sled's rails. I looked at leg presses for probably over a year off and on before finally deciding on the Powertec leg press. And one common theme that I noticed with leg presses at $2,000 or under is they tend to be pretty short. Most of them wouldn't work for people over maybe 6'2", and some of them wouldn't even work for me at only 6 foot tall. Thankfully, the Powertec leg press does not fall into this category. The distance from the leg sled to the top of the frame is 25 inches when sitting on the bottom safety catch. Again, I'm 6 feet tall and my legs are 3 feet from the floor to the ball of my hip, and I use the middle of the 3 starting points on the safety rail. When my legs are fully locked out, I have 7 3/4 inches left before the sled hits the top of the frame. Assuming an individual's legs make up half their body like me, you could be 7'3" and have 0.5 inches to spare before hitting the top of the frame. So unless you're over 7 feet tall, you should be fine doing leg presses on this leg press. When doing calf raises, I have 5 inches left between the sled and the top of the frame at full extension. Using the same assumptions as earlier and subtracting a couple of inches due to the fact that a taller individual than me will likely have feet larger than size 12, an individual of up to maybe 6'7" or 6'8" could probably use this leg press for calf raises as well. But if you are close to that height, it would be smart to go ahead and take your individual leg measurements before purchasing this machine. One thing I wasn't sure if I would like is the fact that the handles are attached to the safety rail versus having fixed handles, but in the end, I actually don't really mind this that much. And the final note before getting into the cons, the machine is very smooth and quiet when in use. And to be more accurate, I guess I should say getting into the con, because there's really only one. The one con and the one reason why I would not consider this machine to be commercial quality is that you have to have the weight sled on the lowest of the 3 sets of hooks in order to load plates onto the bottom weight post. When in the middle and upper positions, there's not enough clearance between the frame and the weight posts to put plates on. For this reason, I can't recommend this leg press for a commercial gym, because I feel you should not have equipment in your gym that requires clients to use a workaround to be able to use that machine. If you had a private personal training studio and you were going to be loading the plates for your clients, then I think this machine would probably work fine. This issue could be addressed by Powertec by simply adding 2 more inches of clearance on each side of the frame. For us specifically, this isn't an issue because we just keep a couple pairs of 45s on the bottom weight posts at all times. One other potential con is if you have large feet, and if you have good ankle mobility, and if you have 45-pound plates on the bottom weight posts, then you might hit the weights with your heels when doing calf raises. But I don't think that many people will have this issue, and if you do have this issue, you can simply slide the 45 plates out just a little bit so that your feet are in between the plates on the bottom weight post. The Powertec leg press costs $1,599 total with free shipping if you purchase directly from their website. And this leads into my final verdict. Even with the bottom loading pins issue, this leg press is the best leg press for the money, period. I actually spoke with Mr. Hacks from Home Gym Hacks and Reviews quite a bit about this leg press, and we both agreed unless you jump up to $2,500 plus, this is the best leg press you can get. If you're looking for a leg press under $2,500, buy this leg press. The link to purchase this leg press will be down in the description. And if you're interested in working with us to achieve your body transformation goals, that will be the second link down in the description. As always, God bless you and your family, and we'll see you next week. Weighs 258 pounds, plus the weight that you load onto it, plus the weight of you sitting on it. It's not going anywhere.